ZBA back here. We've got an applicant tonight, and I just want to let you know from a housekeeping standpoint, we have to do a couple things before we take up your matter. And the first thing we need to do is to approve the minutes of the meeting of, was it July 29th, 2024, which is our last meeting. So those minutes have been circulated. I assume we've all had a chance to take a look at them. So the chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. We vote to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the minutes are approved. So there are two things now I need to do as chair. The first is to acknowledge that Marcia Downs, who was a longtime member of our panel and gave great service to the city of Fairway, has stepped aside. And I want to just have for the record my personal thanks to Marcia for her very diligent participation and thoughtful consideration of all the issues that were brought in front of us. So I will say that. We hate to see her go, but the good news is Jennifer Sheffield, sitting to my left, your right, is a replacement member. Jennifer lives on Sewanee, and we think that she'll be a thoughtful and contributing member of this body, just as Marcia was. So I want to formally welcome Jennifer to this affair. So with that, there is no old business, is there? So the new business tonight is to consider a variance request made for the City of Fairway Municipal Code 15-150A to allow a building permit to be issued for construction activity crossing lot lines on two separate lots of common ownership as submitted by Lance Larson, property owner, for property located at 3517 Eastvale Drive in Fairway, Kansas. Is there a staff recommendation or comment on this application?
Now, I'll let my report stand as submitted. We did notice we did a public notice. It was noticed on September 9th. And as far as the recommendation, if the board grant the approval, the applicant is going to go to Planning Commission. He's seeking an exception for green space.
Has notification gone out to the neighbors?
Yes,
Any neighborhood opposition?
we have not received any.
Okay. Any questions you have of staff? Anybody? Okay, hearing none.
I do have a question.
Yep.
What we're voting on today, is this something that has been done previously? There's two lots, and you want to build across the two of them, is this something that
I don't know specifically whether we have, but we have in the general category of trying to examine applications and facilitate renovations. Yes, we have. Okay. So generally, but you know, this specific thing, I don't really recall. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't, but we certainly have considered multiple applications for relief when there's zoning regulations that directly impact redevelopment or renovation, particularly when you've got the kind of odd-sized lots that we have in Fairway.
okay, so this is not precedent setting?
Excuse me, quick reminder, when you're
Nothing
speaking,
is.
if you can turn your microphone on, you have to press the button. There you go, thanks.
If the light's on,
Then you're on to talk, yes.
So this, what we're looking at today, the decision would not be precedent setting?
no, each.
I would add, none of them are precedent setting.
none of
Each
them are.
case is individual. They have to
Right.
meet those 5
So
criteria.
it's not like we're creating case law in court
No,
that
no.
from here on out. This is specific to the applicant and that particular piece of real estate only.
But we have had a couple that I know of using Reinhardt. One was back-to-back, I think.
Yeah, right up on Glenfield.
Yeah, and then the Beaver property across multiples. But, yeah. But they're not precedent. Each case is unique, yes.
Anything else, Bill?
No.
All right, so now we'll ask the applicant to step forward, and I would ask you to give us your name, your address, and then what we have to understand and pass judgment on is whether or not the 5 criteria that you have filled out are satisfied, because that's, under the Kansas statute, that's the only way we can grant a variance, is if we find that those statutory criteria have been satisfied. So that's what you really need to address. Please.
Light is green. Well, thank you, everybody. I see I have 11 members here, so thank you for all of your time. Thank you to the board in general. Yes, I'm here to answer any questions. I'd be happy to go through that list of questions at this time, that list of 5. I'll follow your guys' lead, however you guys would like to go.
So I think, give us an overview of
Yeah.
what you are going to do, why a variance is necessary, then we can proceed with the specific criteria.
Certainly, yeah. So we purchased, my family and I purchased the house in November, late November of last year. We were going through, all the
Got to give us your name and address.
Lance Larson. The address is 3517 East Vale Drive in Fairway.
Thank you.
We started our process. I used to be a home builder. We've built many homes in Fairway, Leawood, Prairie Village, Mission Hills. I'm no longer a home builder by trade, but we still will do projects for ourselves, this being one of them. As we were going through the process, we identified the existing home is actually currently built on 2 lots, platted separately, but the home itself covers significantly 30 to 40 feet on each side of this lot, which runs essentially right down the middle of the existing home. The current home was built originally in 1964 and has had multiple renovations since then. I'm not sure if they had to go through the variance process at those times when they did those renovations, or when the house was originally allowed to be built on 2 lots. But that's what we're here seeking a variance for today.
So it would be helpful for us to go through the 5 criteria, and then once we do that, then there may be questions from the panel.
Absolutely.
But I think but let's go through those, since those are the decision points for us.
Okay. Would you like me to read the questions and then kind of explain my answer?
Yes, and with regard to a couple of them, it appears that sort of you've restated the conclusion.
Yeah.
So instead of restating the conclusion, we need the facts that support that. So
Sure.
that would be helpful.
Sure. Number 1, that the variance requested arises from such a condition which is unique to the property in question and which is not ordinarily found in the same zone or district, and is not created by an action or actions of the property owners or applicant. To the fact of it being unique to the property, I would say that there are very few properties that have, a home sitting on 2 lots that would require a variance to get a building permit to do an addition and renovation. So I think that's probably a unique characteristic of this lot. Does that adequately answer that question? Or are there any questions, further detail?
Can I ask
Yes,
a couple
sir.
of questions? I'm going to direct your attention to sheet 1, your plot plan. Okay, is it on?
It's on, I think.
Yeah, it's on. Okay, and I'm directing your attention to this. This is the present situation with the house.
That is the present lot and the present,
The present house.
no, that is not the present house. That plot plan is illustrating the new home and how it will, that is the
Okay.
existing home. But
Okay,
that's not the plot plan.
picture is the present, okay. And at this time, this house is covering parts of lots, what is that?
18, I think 18 and,
18 and 19?
yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, so the existing house is setting on 2 lots.
That's exactly correct, yes.
Okay. And that is the situation that you purchased it at. You didn't create this.
I did not create this, and I purchased it as you see it there.
Okay. I don't
Thank
have any other questions at this time.
Okay. Anybody else on question 1? Okay. That the granting of a permit for the variance will not adversely affect the rights of adjacent owners or residents. I've given this some thought. I can't think of any way that it would adversely affect adjacent properties. I've had discussions with both neighbors to the east and west. They're in support of it. I spoke with Howard, my neighbor to the east, this afternoon, and he is in support of it and thinks it'll be a great addition to the neighborhood. Okay? Shall I move forward?
Please.
Okay. That the strict application of the provisions of the zoning ordinance for which the variance is requested will constitute unnecessary hardship upon the property owner represented in the application. I do believe that strict adherence to the ordinance would create a hardship. I think that, as I've mentioned before, the home was originally built in 1964 in its existing form, in its existing condition on 2 lots. There's been multiple permits associated with multiple renovations over the years that the previous homeowner did not have to seek a variance or was successful in seeking one. When I purchased the home, I wasn't notified that there would be an issue of any kind regarding this, so I'm hopeful that it won't be a significant issue. But to that effect, I've looked at the timing associated with a replat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, the timing associated, probably like get to it. The timing associated with the replat is a 4 to 8 month process. Phelps Engineering, who did the drainage study, gave me a bid of between $15,000 and $22,000 to do it, and a 4 to 8 month process. That would be what I would consider a hardship.
Okay. Number 4. Thank you.
Number 4, that the variance desired will not adversely affect public welfare. I don't exactly know how it could affect negatively public welfare. I'm open to any suggestions that anyone may see that this project could, result in a negative impact, but I don't see any at this time. Number 5, that the granting of the variance desired will not be opposed to the general spirit and intent of the zoning ordinance. I think I understand why the zoning ordinance is there. It makes sense that it be there, right, for a unique circumstance. I think that this particular home, because of the history of the condition, has not been considered a issue regarding the general spirit and intent of the zoning ordinance or the neighborhood. So I'd be happy to clarify if you guys have any specific questions regarding that.
Thank you, Mr. Larson. Are there any questions of the applicant? Is there any other public comment by anyone?
No, we have not received any.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Larson.
Yeah.
So that closes the public comment period. So now this is our chance to talk among ourselves because we deliberate in public under the Kansas Open Records Act. Are you up, Doug, for commenting
I guess
first?
so, did I.
I know you don't typically like that, but it's been so long since I've
I don't
followed you.
remember who was first last
But
time.
I think I can see the gleam in your eye. I think you're ready to
Well,
comment.
yeah, I think it meets all 5 criteria pretty clearly, so, yep, I would approve.
Yeah, I think it meets all the criteria as well.
And I do as well, since there's no material change to it. The lots themselves are, we're not dragging anything else. It's already there, and it's just something going on top of what already exists.
Bill?
I see no issues. It seems like it meets all 5 criteria.
Jennifer?
I think it meets the 5 criteria.
I do as well. I think it would be a material hardship to force a replat
Yeah.
with that expense and time delay, given this appears to be more or less just a procedural decision on our part, because it doesn't substantially affect anyone's rights other than the landowner. And I think this is why our body exists, is to give relief in these circumstances. So I also agree the 5 criteria have been satisfied. So in light of this, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the request, subject to the recommendation of staff that's outlined in terms of the building permit, et cetera. So,
Yeah, I would make the motion, so moved.
is there a second?
I will second. Oh.
Any discussion? So we'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you have your variance. Thank you, Mr. Larson.
Appreciate your time.
Okay.
So, on additional business, are there any other applications that we'll need to consider?
No, and we did not receive any applications for
No, we
next
did
month, so
not.
we do not have any meetings pending at this time.
Okay. Then, it's great to be together, but the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there such a motion?
I move to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we are now off the record, and thank you, everyone.
See you next
Chris,
year.
I remember
Okay.